reading these comments, and I did catch a lot of that. Just like, oh, this is a big fall from Cavill to this guy, and my thought is, how do you know that? Like, you haven't even seen him be Superman yet.
Right. Welcome everybody to episode 25.
Yeah.
We're a quarter century old.
That sounds young to me.
Essentially the halfway mark.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. 25 and a half is halfway through the year, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
25. Yeah. It's once a week, 52. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, think about it. Like, before the year started, the comic room didn't exist.
Yeah.
Except unofficially at all family gatherings.
That's true. That's true. This only really applies to listeners on audio, not YouTube. But this is the last episode of season 1 of the Comic Room Pod.
Yeah.
So this is the last episode of the year. We won't have an episode next week. Take a break with the holidays. But as a Christmas gift to you guys, and so that you guys have some content to listen to, I'm going to be unlocking all of our member-only episodes. So there's probably about like 5-6 of them.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. And yeah, I'm going to unlock them free for you guys to listen to. You don't have to be a member. So you will have to scroll back and find them. But you'll notice, you'll see like 2 episodes with the same thumbnail. But one of them is going to be much longer than the other. Yeah. So
I think a lot of the OG sleepers and head scratchers, that's where you're going to find those. So
yeah, so that'll be fun. So Merry Christmas from us to you. And yeah, what do we got on the docket today? Today we got our show and tell is going to be our gift exchange.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. It's a nice bag.
Me too. Yeah. And then what do we got after that? A little bit of news, not too much, because I want to spend our time on the news talking specifically about the Superman trailer. So, yeah, there you go. Nice. I got my Batman shirt on it. I don't have a Superman shirt. And then after the after the Superman trailer, we'll be
going over our what do we call it? Our goals for the year that we
Our fall goals.
Our fall goals, excuse me. We announced our fall goals at the end of the summer, and now we're going to face the music. How'd we do?
Yep. So I went back and rewatched that episode, gathered the important information, the goals that we specifically had, and then I really only have one book that I got, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I got a lot of books, which we'll talk about when we get there. But
what I realized is I got a lot of books that weren't anywhere near that list.
So we'll talk about that. Time codes in the description, hopefully. Video watchers, sorry, only a 1 camera setup today. I have my first claim sale tomorrow, which is Saturday, so it had already happened if you're watching this. So with the claim sale, packing, shipping, and then the holidays, I'm not gonna have time to do a full edit, so only 1 camera.
So you don't get the close-ups of our beautiful faces.
Yes,
today.
Exactly. So
you'll have to make do.
So yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
Need a cough drop. Oh, there's one here.
Isn't that handy?
Nice.
You must be a pro. So we're gonna start with the gift exchange.
Yeah. So let's do. I love giving gifts more than I love receiving. It's my favorite part of.
Oh yeah, you're the best kind of friend there is then.
So let's do a coin flip.
Okay.
Heads, you'll go. Heads, you'll give me the gift first. Tails, I'll give you the gift first.
Okay.
So we're gonna do this digitally. Hey Siri, flip a coin. It's tails. So I'm giving you the gift first. Okay.
I thought you were just going to throw your phone up in the air and see which side it landed on.
Screen up, screen down.
I'm old school. I'm bricks and mortar.
I just don't have a coin. Actually, I have a Sacagawea dollar coin over there.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, I went to a Christmas party and they had this like fun game where like you had a spatula and you were blindfolded and they had bows on the table.
Yeah.
And you had to like scoop them onto a plate. And so under the bows was money. Well, like a sticker that correlated to money. And so I think there was like a couple 20s in there, I think. Only one lady got a 20, some 5s. I think I got like $8. And I was like the last one he gave cash to, and he ran out of cash. So he gave me $7 cash and then $1 Sacagawea coin.
That's cool. That's cash.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I have, I think, a couple of those and a couple $2 bills that I have in a Ziploc bag that I still have. And it's because decades ago when I quit my full-time job and went freelance writing, I mean, it was tight. So I had some like collectible money, you know?
Oh, yeah.
A couple, like I said, these odd coins and bills. And I kept them always on my desk where I could see them. It was like, that's like, if everything goes down the drain, I'm breaking into that right there.
Yeah.
And I never had to.
Nice.
It was just, so it just sort of became this thing, you know?
Yeah.
Some people frame like the first dollar they made from the business. For me, it's more like, well, those are the things I didn't have to spend because
Nice.
so I still have a couple $2 bills and a couple Sacagawea dollars.
Nice. That's cool. I forgot to open this, so. Hi, everybody.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you like left a lens cap on. That would be worse than last week when you weren't recording audio.
Yeah, seriously.
We're still working out the kinks, you know, which will always be the case. Keeps it good.
It doesn't look blurry. I think it's good. All right. Okay, so I'm giving you a gift first. So,
all right.
Wow. There's 2 gifts in there.
Okay.
When you open the bag, I'll tell you which one to open first.
Okay. First off, I love the bag.
Yeah.
The bag is amazing.
Shout out Target.
Target, so much cooler than your typical holiday bag.
Yep.
You know. Ooh, but this is some lovely holiday
All right.
wrapping in here.
Yeah. So that's my wife, your daughter did that. So
okay, well, that's beautiful.
Got a box
And something else. I'm not really sure.
What is that?
I have no idea what this could be.
So let's open this one first.
Okay. Wow. You guys, I mean, we have to shout out to my daughter. That is lovely.
Yeah.
I will confess that my wife wrapped your presents.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not fooled, right? You're looking at it going, that's too clean.
Yeah, we're both. I think we've talked about it before.
Look, man, we just have to use the resources available to us.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in this case, it's our wives and how good they are at this stuff. Okay, here you go. Give this back to you.
Nice.
We recycle and reuse around here. This is cool wrapping, man.
Yeah,
it's very slick.
That is cool.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That is Wait, is it signed?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right, I got to take it out of the thing before well, hang on. Let me just show everybody what it is. All right. This is Fantastic Four #1 from 2018. It's the Marvelocity variant cover A. Alex Ross signed.
Yep.
Signed, but witness signature too, since that's come up again recently. Signed by Alex Ross on August 28th, 2018. I'm gonna take it out of the thing because
go for it.
because it's, if I can figure out how. Here we go. I want to see it in all its splendor because it is gorgeous. I've never even seen this cover.
I've never seen it either.
My gosh. It's fantastic.
It's beautiful.
It's like my new favorite cover. You guys, look
The
at
color. I've never seen Alex Ross use color like that.
that.
He's usually like really harsh on the light angles.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but like it's very like his art is like studio lighting is kind of like what he draws, but that is very different.
Fantastic Four 646, the Virgin cover, signed by Alex. Dude, thank you very much. I love it.
So I got
Wow.
you. The reason why I got you that is because some time ago you said that Alex Ross's iteration of Reed is probably your favorite.
It is. It is.
So
I mean, right? How good is that?
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Man, I got to display this. I gotta put this up on my wall somehow. I gotta do what you do.
Funny you talk about display. Why don't you open this one next?
Oh,
Here,
okay, yeah, put that there. Here. Now I'm really excited. There's a theme here. There you go. So cool, that ribbon. Look at that. Look at the background colors.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. Oh, it's a stand.
Yep.
All right.
So gotta open it because there's a couple things in there.
Yeah, how'd you like the way I handled that tape right there? They're pretty good, right?
So
There's two things in here.
oh,
There's a few things in here. Okay, now it's empty.
all right, open the white one first.
Okay.
'Cause
What about the bazooka gum? What's
if you want to chew it for 4 seconds before the flavor goes
2
away.
seconds, exactly right. Bazooka, it's a product that was never very good and has never changed. It's like, we don't need to. Wow, slick. Solid.
So it's what we use here.
Okay.
So I just want to take a moment. I just want to shout out WHAM Stand. I use his products. I mean, we have this one here.
Yeah.
We have the custom label. It's magnetic here. So I'm going to put his link in the description. You guys go check out his stuff. It's 3D printed. It's high quality. He's always shown us a whole lot of love.
Yeah.
So
It's really nice.
yeah, WHAM Stand. He's the best. Go follow him on Instagram. I'll put his Instagram link and his shop link in the bio. So
Lamb stand. Whoa.
So now
Whoa, what we got going on here?
I got you a bunch of goodies
Dude,
to go with your
oh
WHAM
my
stand.
gosh. I'm just going to dump them out.
Yeah.
Check this out, you guys. And wouldn't you know, Catwoman, let's go. So he does all that. So if it were Catwoman, I would just pop that right there?
Yep.
No way.
So now you just leveled up your Instagram game.
Oh, big time. This, are you trying to encourage Galactus, encourage me to do my own, hey, all right. Comic room.
Yeah.
To do a podcast. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Superman. Wow, these are great. He just has all this stuff. You can just Marvel,
Yeah.
The Watcher, DC. Let's not forget the original
Yep. The original.
DC. Oh well, there it is. I mean, we're gonna put that in there. Fantastic Four. Wow, that's really cool. Silver Surfer. And oh, that's cool too. WHAM stand.
Yeah, it's his logo.
I love that. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Joshua, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I don't even know what to say. I love it. I love it. I'm just trying to figure out what's going to come down in my office to put that in, because you've seen my office is like right. Everything's competing, but that has to have a prominent spot. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. So there's one more gift.
Oh man.
And this one is specifically from Dara and I. But it's relevant to everything here. So
Man. You've outdone yourself already, man. Let me just. Wow, thank you, man. Another gift.
So this one, I mean, it's all from Dara and I, but Dara put a lot of work into this one.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and it's all related to this.
Man, I'm already overwhelmed, you guys. There you go.
More ribbon.
More ribbons. Okay, I want to be real careful with this.
Oh shoot, I don't have my knife on me. Oh, you're good. All right, so
Okay. Ooh, man, it feels like it's delicate.
in here is your official Mr. Longbox logo.
No way!
Designed by Dish.
Oh my gosh, look at
So,
that.
Yep.
Can you guys see that? I'm sure you can. Okay.
So
Then that's got to go there. That wins. I love it.
So Dara drew that. That's
Oh
Mr. Longbox's logo.
You guys, Mr. Longbox has a logo. I've arrived officially.
I'll send you the PNG for it so you can make it your IG picture if you want.
I will. I definitely will.
If you want like a background for it, just tell me a color that you want and we'll fill out.
Okay.
Because the background is transparent, like behind this. So if you want like a orange or blue or something.
Oh yeah, probably do a color, right?
Yeah,
like for the logo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it again, and that's so cool.
Yeah,
I love it. I was just thinking because I have the FF Annual 1 is the thing, right?
Yeah,
and I've got it on our television when you pull up YouTube TV.
Oh yeah.
You know? And so it's really big, and I saw it there, and because Deb was on pulling up YouTube on her TV, and I saw my little logo, and I thought two things. I thought, oh yeah, I'm glad I picked Fantastic Four Annual 1 of all the things I picked.
Yeah,
but I need to get my own. Like I actually had that thought.
Wow.
But then it's just like, yeah, but I'm not that,
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That is so awesome. Thank you, Dara. She can hear me text her. That is so awesome. I love it.
So, yeah.
It kind of looks like me.
So I'll throw
Okay. Wow. I feel humbled by all this. I feel bad. I don't have that something so personal for you, but I do.
Oh no, it's okay.
That's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
that's really
Merry
nice.
Christmas.
Thank you, man. So I had a dilemma. My dilemma was, because always in the past it's been pretty easy to get you a gift because I'm like, well, I know what comics he likes.
Yeah.
Let me find or what artists or what But this year the challenge was, how do I get something for a guy who's routinely coming into possession of things like Fantastic Four 3 and Avengers 1 and stuff like that. I'm like, where am I? Because now you've leveled up into a dealer now. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? So I said, well, I'm not going to try to get you a comic book, which was odd to me because that's typically what I just normally do. So I still got you some. I still got you one, but it's really just it's not. This is just something I found when I was dollar bin diving, and I thought of you because I thought it was cool for the cover because I know you like Batgirl covers.
Oh, cool!
And it's a cool Batgirl cover and a cool Penguin cover too.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll throw that in so that I can say I got you a comic book.
Curse of the Penguin, nice.
But anyway, that was literally $1 book, and I think it was half off, so I think I paid 50 cents for it. So
thank you.
I really broke open. I almost had to use one of those Sacagawea dollars to get that one.
It's a Cassandra Cain Batgirl too.
That's right. But what I thought was for you, even before we got into comics, one of the first things I learned about you from Dara was how much you like to read and write and poetry, or that you're a writer, or you're a story guy. You and I know that about you now personally. More. You're the guy who's telling me, oh, you got to read this, which is funny because I'm always reading, right? But you're the
professor.
Yeah, but you're one of the few people that I shouldn't say few people, but you're the person who most speaks into my life about what I should read, like of all the people. So I thought, all right, I want to get him some things that will speak to that part of who you are. So I got two gifts for you here. One appeals to the literary side of you. The other appeals to the artistic side of you.
All right.
So this is the literary side of you first.
This thing's heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. And don't worry about damaging it. You can tear into it.
Is this one of Debbie's pre-1980 dictionaries?
That would be mean.
Whoa. Absolute Batman, The Long Halloween.
Yeah, it's the collector's omnibus of the Long Halloween graphic novel and a bunch of extras.
This is cool.
And Yeah, I know you love your Batman stuff.
Dang.
And that's one of the most celebrated storylines. Yeah, isn't it cool? It's great in that big format.
I can't even. This thing's heavy.
Here, I'll hold this.
Yeah, thank you. That is crazy. I've never read this.
Well, that's even better then. I was afraid maybe you had, but I know you didn't have it.
Yeah. Dang, this is sweet.
Yeah, it's cool. I haven't read it either, but it's been recommended to me.
It's the Riddler. Dang, the art in this is crazy.
Yeah, so that's something I know you'll like.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
There you go.
I would not have expected this. It's the front.
Yeah, it was funny. So it suddenly became a challenge to find some for you. I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, but that just kind of jumped into my hands when I saw that. I'm like, oh yeah. And this one, it's a good gift when you don't want to give it to somebody. No, I'm just kidding. But that appeals more to the art appreciator in you. I actually think Dara will like it too, but I know you will.
Oh, I know what this is. Wow. I wanted this.
Oh, cool.
And I just didn't want to buy it.
That's a perfect gift then.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, this thing is...
It's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
It's David Mack is...
Wow. Sorry I can't show you guys because you guys can see a little bit. I'm making you guys work to see this. Wow, this is cool.
It just came out.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I remember him post. Oh, it's silk.
Yeah.
I've never seen him do silk.
I did not know that he did silk.
Private commission.
Oh, okay. And you have a David Mack original hanging in your living room.
Yeah.
Of a cat.
Yeah. It was WonderCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, WonderCon. And he had I forgot what.
I was there when you bought it. I remember.
Yeah, I forgot what comic it was that he was writing. It wasn't the Ninja Funk one. It was another one that had to do with a cat. I can't remember the title. But he had this it's just a stroke. Probably took him 5 seconds to do it, but it's beautiful.
Amazing.
Wow, this is... Yeah. Whoa, that Moon Knight is sick.
Yeah.
Dang, these are really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's spectacular work. It's things you haven't seen anywhere.
It's like this is like Picasso type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know how he does it because he uses kind of the same color palette and it's watercolor and some of the same motifs, but they're all so unique anyway.
Yeah. Purple Man.
We're just one of these days, Dave. We're gonna get David on the.
That'd be so cool. His this is his. He did the end credit graphics for The Winter Soldier.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
No way.
So. Yeah.
So he talked. So he, there's. I don't know what those words are in there. If it's him talking or someone talking about him, I don't know. Because
Psylocke.
Oh man, I'd seen it. He'd mentioned it on his Instagram, and I actually found it at a comic shop in Santa Barbara.
Wow.
It was in the store, and I.
Oh, did you bookmark that to Psylocke?
Actually, I didn't.
Wow,
but,
crazy.
It was meant to be.
Wow, this is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
This is really cool. Yeah, I saw him announce this, and I was like, dang.
Yeah,
I would love that, but I don't want to pay that
exactly
just for myself.
Exactly.
So
yeah, I was kind of the same way. But now I'm just going to come over and look at yours.
You can hang out for a little while after and just
just flipping through it. Yeah, he said there aren't a lot of. Well, I don't know if I should say that or not, but I was going to say there aren't a lot of artists where I'd be willing to do that, but that's probably not true, actually. Yeah. But he's one of them that I would for sure.
Wow, that's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
man.
Merry Christmas. That was fun.
Yeah, let's do this every time.
Yeah, every episode. Every episode is a gift exchange.
We'll find a new reason to give each other gifts.
Get some water here.
I'm stoked that I have my own Mr. Longbox logo, man.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. It's really fun.
Yeah, it was I was gonna do it for you like in the middle of like the semester, but I was like, I think I can hold out till Christmas.
Look at the placement of that signature is awesome too.
Yeah.
Because you can, I've got that Bernie Wrightson signature on this, and he signs it with a black pen down here in the dark.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's not great.
Yeah.
It had it been in a light pen, I don't know. So the artists have a lot to say about like how it looks once they sign it.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah. This was sitting up there, like super close to your head.
Are you serious? How long have you had this?
3 weeks maybe.
How did you even find it? Like I said, I never knew it existed. You didn't know it existed.
No, I think I just typed in like Fantastic Four, Alex Ross, CGC or signature or whatever, and then I think that was the first one that came up.
Well, that one's a keeper in the collection, obviously. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
this is fun, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
All right, but we got to keep the podcast moving as much as we'd like to just keep looking at the gifts.
Podcast is over. We're gonna
see ya. All right. So the one piece of news aside from the Superman trailer is there is a lot of talk and just I don't know what's a journalistic word for like rumblings, I guess.
Yeah, rumblings. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumblings going on about Pattinson's Batman joining the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
So today, I would say, or I don't know if it's today or yesterday, it kind of took another step forward.
Okay. Because
a lot of people that have been talking about it has been speculation and a lot of like, anonymous leak accounts.
Right.
Which we'll talk about those sometimes. Those kind of they're coin flips. These people, I think there's like they do like actual trackers on these like anonymous like leak accounts and stuff based on like how often they're right.
Yeah.
And the ones who are like kind of more reputable are in like the 45 to like 60% range.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all kind of like
part
legitimately a coin flip.
It's fun though.
It is fun
either way.
And I mean, hey, if it's a coin flip, then it's cool to some of the leaks that they put out. So you have those guys, and then just above them you have guys who are like actual like journalists. Like their name, their reputation is on the line. They have a much higher like, they don't have like one source who like works in the industry, right? Because like a lot of those like anonymous, they probably have like a cousin who like works in Marvel, right? And like that's where they get their info from. But the journalist guys, they might hear things as soon as those anonymous leak accounts do, but they'll sit on it for a lot longer and they'll wait, and then they'll get like a second opinion or like somebody else, and they'll get it confirmed. What's his name? Waj.
Adrian Wojbombs,
Wojbombs. I saw like a podcast that he did where he was talking about how like he used to have a direct line with Kobe, and when Kobe got injured on his Achilles injury, he was like kind of trying to figure out like when the return was going to happen,
right?
And he said that Kobe told him, "I'll text you, like don't bother like reaching out asking, like I'll text you when when I'm back." And he said that Kobe texted him, practiced or something like that. And even with a direct message from Kobe, he still went out and got the confirmation
from like the player.
Yeah, somebody like in the Lakers system.
Yeah, that's just being a good journalist.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, long walk for a short drink of water. I just had to explain journalistic integrity for those of you who are not familiar. So, anyways. The Pattinson joining James Gunn's DCU talks have leveled up in the sense that now those guys are talking about it.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily like reporting on it, but they're speculating on it now. They're speculating it on like, I've heard these things, like don't know like, I'm not actually like going out there and saying like this is happening, but they're like, you know, I've heard this from these people, I've heard that from those people. So the thing that they're all saying, or that this one person is saying, is his speculation is the reason why the Batman 2 was delayed. It wasn't just because of the scripts, but because they're trying to, like, James Gunn apparently wants to get Pattinson into the DCU, while Matt Reeves is hesitant to do that. Now, James Gunn has come out in the past and said that he wants them to be separate. He's talked about there's a line between DCU and Elseworld stuff. But things could change. Who knows? I just thought it was interesting that now these journalists are now speculating on it. And I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week. I'm so back and forth about it. I would love to see him interact with Superman. Yeah. I think that would be like so cool, just because he's so dark, edgy, and the world is just so grim and it's very unique. But I think it could work if you just pull him out into like this fantastical kind of world that Gunn is building. I think it could work.
Why not? Why can't it work? Batman's been played so many different ways, even and portrayed different ways, even in the comic books. You have the brooding Batman. That's what Pattinson is, right? So let him be the brooding Batman, and then you have this new iteration of Superman that we'll talk about that in a second. What he appears to be being portrayed as, that could be a lot of fun. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think we talked about it because we went to a comic shop earlier this week, and we briefly talked about it in the car ride. But it seems like, at least my like speculation on it is, and I've also seen this on the internet, is why compete with yourself?
Exactly.
Why would the DCU, like James Gunn, cast another Batman, bring him into his universe?
No, it'll just be confusing.
Yeah, it'll be confusing for the average viewer. Like people like us, our listeners, our viewers, people who are tapped in, it's easy to differentiate. Yeah. But for the average viewer, which is the way higher percentage than us, we'll be like, wait, I thought, isn't this all supposed to be?
And the average viewer is their target because we're already going to go see the movies.
Right.
The average viewer is a pop culture. And is the pop culture going to go, oh, so they're different universes? They don't care about that stuff. They're gonna assume the Batman in here is the same Batman that's in the DCU version of the movie. So the more we talk about it, the more because I was like, I don't know, I'm ambivalent, but the more we've talked about it, the more I think it makes sense. Yeah. Especially since the Batman is so well done and successful. And Gunn's trying to generate some momentum. Why not?
Yeah, I think. Well, to go one step back to the average viewer, I don't remember where I was. Maybe I was at like the mall or like the movie theater. I don't remember, but I was just in passing hearing somebody talk about Maybe I was at Target, and somebody was talking about the upcoming Superman movie, and the trailer wasn't even out yet, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm excited. Marvel's not doing this one. DC's doing it." So like, if that's what the average viewer is thinking, right? They don't know that Superman is always and forever will be a DC property.
Right.
Then if they can't differentiate Marvel and DC, they're not going to be able to differentiate the Batmans.
No,
the two
for
Batmans.
them, it's just the comic book world.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Don't have to,
Yeah.
They probably wonder, why don't Superman and Spider-Man ever team up? You know? And the answer is they have, occasionally.
In the 90s.
Marvel Treasury Edition, issue like 28, I think, or something like that. Back in the 80s even.
So I can understand Matt Reeves's hesitation. Mm-hmm. Like, as soon as you bring, I mean, you kind of let go of your baby at that point, right? Like, he's created this universe essentially, and as soon as you give that up, you let go of things that happen outside of Gotham that other writers do in their movies that might have implications on his Batman.
Right. Well, maybe James Gunn can, give him a guarantee that, at least this trilogy will be untouched by anything that goes on. Like that will.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's all these really been contracted for. You know, you're gonna have your trilogy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I also wouldn't be surprised, and I actually hope this is the case, that James Gunn even just brings Matt Reeves on as like, just like one of the top guys, because creatively he's so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
how's it we're gonna have to wait till 2026 to see this?
it's crazy.
That's it. Just okay.
That's the thing too, is like if this gets into the DCU system, this is where it's like it's good or bad. The pace at which they'll crank out the movies will speed up.
Mm-hmm.
But do you lose a little bit of creative integrity with that? Yeah. Maybe.
But look, this thing came out in 2022. It's going to be 4 years between. That's a lot.
Yeah, we're almost at the 3-year mark, which is crazy. So
I mean, at my age, you know, this starts to matter. Like, look, you know, I got I hope a long time left, but you know, 4 years between movies is tough, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I'm just interested to see what they do. I think that they probably will end up merging.
Yeah.
Maybe even like you said, like, hey, finish your trilogy. Like,
yeah,
build your world, and then we'll go from there. Somebody pulled a clip from the marketing that they did for this movie, like a bunch of press stuff, and one of the interviewers asked Pattinson how long he would do this for. Like, how long do you want to be Batman for? And he said, as long as people want to watch.
Nice.
So
okay. Well, that's good. I mean, you can
till the end times.
Yeah. Wow. On that note.
Well, I guess depending on your theology, that could be now too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's non-specific. That's cool, man. Well, I'm excited to talk about the Superman thing if we're ready to, but I don't want to jump ahead, but because we're like dancing right next to it right now.
So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
So
okay. Here's the funny thing. We talked about it or texted about it just briefly. Yes, it came out yesterday, and I woke up and that was the first thing I did. I pulled up my phone and I found it and I watched it, and then I think probably same for you.
Yeah.
And then we started texting.
It's about 8 hours in between.
Yeah, we have completely different schedules. But people don't know is that the hours that we spend recording are the only hours that we're both actually awake at the same time.
You know, actually, though, yesterday I woke up and I don't know, it was like 10:15-ish, somewhere in there. And
pretty good.
It was, I like shot up because I knew it was out. And it was like instant, like coffee, like into my bloodstream.
Yeah, big time.
Like I was like, my eyes were wide awake. Like I wasn't groggy. It was just like the adrenaline of like, oh, the Superman trailer's out. And it woke me up. So
I had zero expectations. I watched it on my phone, which as phones go, is a decent sized phone, but it's as far as my eyes go, it's a small screen.
Yeah.
You know, with the little tinny speakers and the whole thing.
Deb sleep next to you. You put the volume on 100.
I actually got up and left the room because I didn't want to watch it without the sound the first time. I wanted to have the full experience.
What time was this?
Like 6:30.
Jeez.
I know, right? I'm off school. And the first thing I do is get up at 6:30. What's wrong with me?
I think I was asleep for like 3 hours at that point.
Yes, there was a time. But we had different takes on the trailer. I was excited by it.
Before we get into that, just give us like your what did you feel? I feel like that's important when it comes to Superman.
Yeah, what I felt was this is going to be a fun movie. This is going to be an uplifting, inspiring Christopher Reeves 1977 vibes Superman presentation. You know, he is going to be a hero, and it's going to be, he's rescuing little girls, you know, shielding them. You know, there's cryptos in it, you know, it's all that stuff. There's some well-known villains in it and some other hero-ish characters in it. And this is going to be a ride. My take on it was, it feels like a throwback movie, and I'm here for it. Like I'm ready for it. I think the culture is ready for it. And so my take on it from watching it was, I can't wait till it comes out. I wish it would come out tomorrow. Like, I wanted to go watch, and I'm gonna this weekend, the 1977 Superman.
Okay, so I was about to say this. So last week I confessed that I'd never seen Alien or Predator.
Yeah.
I guess I've never seen Superman 1977.
Well, why would you? You're not a Superman fan, or you weren't a Superman fan.
So I've like seen it because I remember it was like on TBS and like or TNT or whatever, and it's like been on, but I don't remember anything about it.
Okay.
So like I've watched it, I guess I could say, but I've never like seen it like and paid attention, and there's nothing about the movie that I can like remember.
Yeah, it's good.
So sorry.
I actually think it will. I think it will hold up. I think the story definitely would hold up. The effects really weren't bad.
Yeah.
Nothing like what we have now, but also nothing CG either. So you can kind of dig that, right? But we're gonna have to have a movie marathon. Most of us are gonna do that. But I was very happy. I was happy. It made me happy to watch it. I love the John Williams homage.
Yeah.
Music. I will get into like the things that I've read online, people reacting to it, because there are like three camps. There's the camp like me. Yeah, it's awesome. Can't wait. Then there's a camp that was hoping for something different, and have specific reasons why they weren't too excited about it or whatever, which I'll let you, that might be you. And then there's a third camp that also doesn't like it, but they don't like it because they think it's corny, which is different. And so I want to address that later, but I want to address it yet because I want you to give your take on it.
Yeah, I think that, well, I guess it depends what you mean by corny.
Yeah.
Because there's the group that was always going to hate it because they're huge Cavill fans. Henry Cavill, like the Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah.
And there's no other potential Superman that ever could be.
I mean, right? I've seen some of that. I've seen some of the most inane comments on social media, and I kind of have to go see them because we talk about it. Yeah. So I can't just be ignorant of it. So I'm normally I would just like turn it off and be like, I'm done with it,
Yeah.
I just hated myself. Who turns off X? You don't turn it off. You just
I'm turning off X.
Yeah. Where's the off switch? But I reading these comments and I did catch a lot of that. Just like, this is a big fall from Cavill to this guy, and my thought is, how do you know that? Like, you haven't even seen him be Superman yet,
right?
Just it has a whole lot more to do with the writing than it does the performer.
Right.
Way more to do with the how it's written and directed than the actor.
Yeah.
Apologies to actors out there, but if you've been an actor, there's only so much you can do with a bad script. If he's got to portray the Superman that's presented. And so they're not going to be happy if they want a Cavill level Superman, they're not going to get that because Cavill Superman was very dark.
Yeah.
And it was shot dark, and it was, and Cavill did an amazing job. I thought he was great. But that's not what this next movie is going to be. It isn't going to be that.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get that.
Right. Yeah. But I also do wish we could have seen the hopeful Cavill Superman. I do wish we could have seen that, but Zack Snyder wanted to be edgy and different. Yeah. So
nothing wrong with it. I liked Cavill as Superman. I thought he was great.
All things considered too, with like Cavill, the Zack Snyder universe and Cavill Superman, up until that point, every single on-screen iteration from movie to TV show was the hopeful Superman.
Yeah.
From 1977 to Smallville to Superman and Lois, it was all
Lois and Lois. Yes, was it Lois and Clark?
Yeah.
Lois and Clark.
Those
remember
were
that
all
one.
I mean, not like Superman is without his struggles, but even My Adventures with Superman, like, it's just the epitome of like ultimate good.
Yeah.
And so Zack Snyder was doing something completely different. But
we've done some things with Dean Cain, who played Superman in Lois and Clark at the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, not directly with the school, but with the guy that does a lot of the filming in school. has worked with him and knows him,
Oh, wow.
and wrote a pilot for him and the whole thing. So
That's
there's
cool.
like 0 degrees of separation. And it's funny because when Lois and Clark came out, I think this was like 1990, maybe 91.
This is 90 somewhere.
Yeah, early. I'm pretty sure it's before I met Deb, so I won't get in trouble for saying this, but I had a crush on Terry Hatcher. Who played Lois. I thought, she was my type, right? You know? Which of course is, what my wife looks like, So
I saw somebody say yesterday that Lois looks great in this trailer. Somebody said that we've never had a bad Lois. Like, you could argue about Superman's, but we've never had a bad Lois.
that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about that. That's true.
So,
Anyway.
okay, so you liked it.
I did.
So I was disappointed, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that this isn't a full-blown trailer. It was a teaser trailer. So the full trailer probably is going to come out, I imagine, Super Bowl time. Like what they did with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
That was when we got the first full trailer was Deadpool and Wolverine. So it's probably going to be the same thing for Superman. Like, I mean, you got millions of people watching.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
I think it's been, I read something today that trailer's been watched already as of one day after it came out, like 21 million times.
Oh, wow.
It's been viewed already.
The teaser one?
The teaser.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, sorry.
The first thing that I noticed, and if you follow me on Twitter, then you've seen me, it looked like a CW show. The visuals, purely like visual standpoint, like it. If I had no context, no nothing, and you were like, "Hey, check out this new Superman TV movie or Superman TV show that they're putting on the CW," I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, like that looks like one of those CW shows." And I say that because I've watched Arrow, which is the Green Arrow show. I've watched The Flash.
Yeah.
What else do they have?
I've watched none of them.
It looks like it's just like the really intense exposure.
Okay.
The wide angle lens.
Interesting.
It's just it just has the vibe. So when I saw that, I watched it on my phone. I was like really disappointed. I was like, I just didn't expect it to look like I didn't.
You thinking it should look more epic, more cinematic? Doesn't look that way to you?
Yeah.
Right now?
So
and
like,
you're right. It should. If it doesn't look cinematic, then something's wrong.
everything just looked like it was a set. Like when I watch those CW shows, they're cheesy, they're corny, they're fun. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But it's like you can tell everything is a set. Like for some reason, it just like it doesn't look real, but you can tell that it was like designed. I really felt that when I was watching the trailer.
Really?
I was like,
interesting.
everything that I'm looking at feels like a set.
I literally had to ask you, what's CW? Because you said it looked like a CW show. I'm like, what's CW?
Yeah. So I saw this this one guy on Twitter. He made a thread, and he's like he works in the industry, and he like broke down why it looks like that.
Okay.
And so
Is he saying that maybe it won't look that way in the end, or is
nah, not really. This is kind of like a James Gunn thing. And when you compare it to like the Suicide Squad that he did, it very much like the exposure was high on it. A lot of the wide angle lenses, like those are kind of like the two
interesting?
like big things. Guardians doesn't really look like that because I think Marvel kind of has an aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I think there's probably like standards that you have to meet for reaching that aesthetic. But yeah, Suicide Squad the Suicide Squad. I don't know. I guess it was just like zero expectations for that movie because the first one was bad. So it was kind of like, how do you get worse from there? So I just like didn't think much of it. And Guardians 3 was great. And those two movies visually look so different. So I just really wasn't thinking about it much. But yeah, when I saw the trailer, that's what I felt. That's what I thought. I didn't like it at all. But then I watched it on TV. Like, I watched it on my phone when I woke up. A couple hours later, I put it on the TV. I liked it a little bit more.
Okay.
But it still has like this like really uncanny like vibe to me. And I think it's just that it feels like everything is a set.
Man. So probably I don't catch that because I don't. It's not ringing any bells for me because I haven't watched the CW shows.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Doesn't feel familiar to me.
Yeah. So
I hope that's not the case.
So I'm in the camp that despite what I like feel or think about the trailer, I'm still hopeful and like want this movie to be awesome.
Yeah.
Like just because I didn't like the trailer, I'm not immediately saying I'm not going to like the movie.
Yeah.
Because I really hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
If that ends up being the case, that's going to suck.
Yeah.
And I don't want that for myself.
No, I know, because we're not rooting against any of these properties.
No.
Why would we? Like it's good for the industry for it to be good, and it's just more fun for me and for you if it's good.
Yeah, and I've seen people. This is a little sidetrack, but I've seen people on X and like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever. They're all saying like, "Oh, Kevin Feige's got to be shaking in his boots right now because the Superman trailer's out and it looks better than anything Marvel's done in the last 5 years." You know, I guarantee you,
Okay.
I would put all my money, all my comics on the line and say that more than anybody, maybe not more than anybody, but to an insane level, Kevin Feige probably wants this movie to crush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if a Superman movie crushes, what that means for superhero movies in general,
Yeah.
that just means people are going to want to go watch. And like I said earlier, with that person I overheard talking, they don't know the difference between Marvel and DC.
Nope.
They don't.
That's a great point.
So it's like if this Superman movie crushes, like Marvel's going to be happy, DC's going to be happy because more people are going to be like, we want more superhero movies.
100%.
And it's only like if this were like, I don't know, Blue Beetle, like that came out a couple years ago, right? It's kind of like it doesn't really impact Marvel that much, but Superman, number one
He's the
superhero,
flagship. Yeah, for everybody.
if that movie crushes, everything is going to succeed.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about what Marvel accomplished in the 2000s with the Avengers, with Iron Man and the whole Avengers cycle, was impressive because they had blockbuster after blockbuster with characters that most people outside of people who are really intense comic book hobbyists really didn't know anything about. Like who, okay, even someone as big as Thor, nobody really knows like Thor's or Hulk even, like compared to Superman is phenomenon level potential.
The most recognizable logo in the world.
Yeah, what do they say? Like the most recognizable logo, the second most be behind the cross. I mean, that's it. That's like when you just say the most recognizable logo, like okay, but when they say no, literally, it's the second most printed and exposed logo behind the cross. It just puts it in perspective. You just go, whoa, like now, like right. Superman is like if you could be successful with Guardians of the Galaxy and I almost said Ant-Man, but I don't think I can say that. But we're some of the other ones. Captain America is pretty big, but even Captain America is not Superman.
Not even close.
Superman is Superman, and
Spider-Man is
Marvel's Spider-Man would be and that was Sony, right? It was wild, right? This movie, and this is one of the things we talked about. Superman. I think it's going to be the biggest movie of the year. And I don't think it will be close. I think it's going to be, even if it's not good, it will be a big movie. Yeah. But if it's good, it's going to be, I think it'll be bigger than a lot bigger than Deadpool. And Deadpool was a massive win.
Yeah.
$1 billion in the first week or something like that.
Yeah.
Our little wager was over in a matter of days, But it's funny. Our hobby, you guys, look, we're all in this hobby, right? And movies, as it relates to the comic book hobby, it really accelerates this. We're so tribal with it. Like, you got your, like you said, you've got your people who are, I don't want this actor to be Superman. I've got to be that actor, or I'm Marvel and not DC, or James Gunn, or I'm Kevin Feige, or I'm like they're people, and they get so caught in that little groove that they'll root against something just to be right.
Yeah.
I want Superman to be bad because because I like Henry Cavill. So I want to be vindicated by I want this movie to be terrible. Really, dude? Really? Is that really true?
Petty.
Like, that's so petty. Like, can't we all just at least agree that it would be really cool for this movie to be great?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And I know, we're not going to get political, okay? But I just have to say this one thing. There is a contingency of movie fans who have decided, I'm not watching Marvel movies because they're too woke, right?
Yeah.
They're too, like, they're getting too political, and that's, and maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I'm not here to talk about that. But what I know is you get people will look at a trailer and just trash the movie based on a trailer. And then we want to watch it. We're like, it was good. Like, Madam Web was kind of a good example of that. Oh, it's so woke, Why? Because they're female characters.
Right.
It didn't feel woke to me. It wasn't a great movie, but that was not why. It wasn't a terrible movie, right? But it's the same thing in reverse with Superman. I've seen people go like, yeah, that's corny. That's cornball. I don't want to see a heroic truth, justice in the American way movie. Like, who cares about like that? I want to see dark. And it's the same thing, but from the other perspective, I think. And I think both are wrong.
Yeah.
Like, just hold off. Wait for the movie to come out, and then go judge the movie on the merits of the movie.
Yeah.
I can we just all be excited about it?
Yeah.
Am I asking too much?
Well, yes, you are. But
if it turns out to be a lousy movie, okay, then I'll. I mean, I can't even say that means I'm wrong, because I'm not predicting it's going to be a great movie.
yeah.
But I'm rooting for it.
Yeah, sure.
I want it to be I want it to be amazing.
I think excited, probably not rooting. I don't think there's any reason why anybody should be rooting against this movie.
No.
I guarantee you, over at Marvel Studios, they're probably rooting for this movie.
Yeah, I think that's a great point that you made. I think that's really true. What's good for a rising tide is going to raise all boats, right?
Yeah.
What other cliche can I use? But if, like you said, if people are going to see superhero movies, it doesn't really matter. And who else? Talk about Superman, right?
Yeah.
Superman to the rescue. Superhero movies need rescuing right now. We're all kind of dealing with a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the long involved story arches between different movies. Maybe we only had one Avengers Endgame cycle in us as a fan base, but a Superman movie that's inspirational could change the game.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to change the game.
Yeah.
I have reasons for that, but we'll get into it a bit.
Yeah, so that's why, despite my disappointment in the trailer, I'm still rooting for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to see the full trailer. Like, hear some dialogue.
Oh yeah.
There was a couple things that I was confused of in the trailer. Like, I'm not super well read on Superman. Lex Luthor crying.
Yeah, he's diabolical. He shouldn't be crying.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't know the context of why he's crying, but I just feel like there should be no reason why Lex is crying. Unless it's just like, I've seen people say like, Lex is really crying because he's just watching Superman save little girls, and it makes him mad. So, that was like the first thing I saw that, and I was like, Nicholas Hoult is a great actor. Like, I really enjoy his movies. But I was like, why is Lex crying? That's soft.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not.
And I don't actually think that, but I think it's good to cry. But
yeah,
Lex,
no.
Lex
he's got a disassociation issue.
No, yeah, exactly.
He's cruel, and cruel people don't. Well, I don't know. Here I am psychoanalyzing Lex Luthor, but yeah, I don't know. Do you know if the movie is based on any comic book storyline at all, in any, like, specifically directly?
So, All-Star Superman, I don't think it's going to take that. Superman has cancer,
right?
But I think that was like, I mean, when he was writing the script, he posted the omnibus of All-Star Superman. It's been referenced a couple times. Like, so I think probably just like Grant Morrison stuff.
What about Alan Moore's Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow? That was it was a 2-part
I don't know.
story, and that was so we talked about Man of Steel a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
That was the last 2 episodes of the first kind of iteration of Superman, and they stopped and they rebooted with Man of Steel, but Alan Moore wrote the last 2 issues, and one was in Superman, and the other one it concluded in Action Comics, and the title was Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, and it was really, I have to go back and reread the story, but I essentially was saying that Superman's not heroic anymore, and so I wonder like if that's
there were some people throwing cans at him, and that was the other thing I didn't like was Superman was like all dirty and he was like walking in a slow-mo and somebody throws a can at the back of Superman's head.
Yeah.
And he blinked when it hit him. And I was just, that shouldn't affect him at all.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, it doesn't mean he like doesn't feel things like, but like,
yeah,
he's impenetrable.
Maybe he felt it emotionally.
Like that's the only thing.
Yeah. That the rejection that it signifies. See, like we're already talking about, I'm stoked, dude. I want to see this movie, but we're in a wait, I'm going to restate that. How do I say this the right way? As crazy as the world is right now, like, and as crazy as things are in our country, feels divided and political and all that stuff. This is not unprecedented, right? This is it's happened before in the late 60s through this. I mean, all the 60s and into the 70s. You had a lot of unrest in the country, a lot of division, a lot of riots, a lot of all kinds of stuff. Had a war going on. We had energy crisis. We are not in unprecedented times. And what happened in the 70s, I think is going to happen again in the 2020s. And what happened in the 70s was at a certain point, we Americans, now I say we, I was like 6 years old, right? But what happened was we got sick of it. We just got tired of it because it was showing up in all of our entertainment. We had a lot of television. I don't want to get into turn into Professor Longbox all of a sudden here, but a lot of the pop culture stuff was political because
flies.
Because politics were so important in our culture, and it was so you had shows like Mary Tyler Moore Show, and they were wrestling with feminism and women's place in the workplace, and they had a show to do that, and there were a lot of different movies and shows that were that way, and it was sort of expected, but at a certain point after our withdrawal from Vietnam, after Nixon resigned in Watergate, after we watched gasoline go from 40 cents to $1 something, $1 a gallon or whatever, was waiting in line for get gas, people just got done with it.
Yeah.
And suddenly we just didn't want it anymore. We're like, look, when I go home from work, I turn the TV on, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the number one show in the country is Happy Days. It's the Fonz. It's a show that takes place in the 50s, like kind of harkening back to a simpler time, more fun time than the spin-offs like Laverne and Shirley. And anyway, what happened in the entertainment was a reflection of people just kind of overwhelmed and exhausted with all the heaviness of the world, and they just wanted something fun. Yeah. And I think that's where we are again. I really do.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
And I think this Superman movie is going to be in the right place at the right time. Because if it's what I think it's going to be, which is, look, it's just going to be, look, it's inspirational. The title of it, Look Up. Like, that's not the name of the movie, but Superman, Look Up. Doesn't that just, that's a great slogan.
Yeah.
For what we all kind of want right now.
Yeah.
Like, can we have a hero? Can we look up to something and all kind of agree? And I don't know that that's what the movie's going to say, but I have a feeling it will. And if it does, I believe it's going to be right on time.
Well, James Gunn is a controversial character. He's been canceled for past tweets. He wasn't going to do Guardians 3 because they canceled him. He kept his spine. He worked through it. Cancel culture only. Cancel culture only works if you let it work.
True.
If you let, now given. There's certainly reasons to like cancel somebody. Like there's heinous crimes that like are committed, right?
Sure.
But aside from like the extreme parts, everybody's got skeletons in their closet. They have things in their past that they're
Right.
like not proud of. That's just part of being a human. That's part of growing. We're not all born politically correct. Like
Right.
you grow up and you mature.
Yeah.
So for being canceled over like the politically incorrect things, some celebrities like really do, and content creators let that destroy their life.
Yeah.
For James Gunn, he didn't. He kept his spine. He stuck his ground, and he got hired back by Disney to come back. Now, because he like, you know, kind of came out of the ruins, that doesn't mean that there's not people that still criticize him. There are. But
Right.
for somebody who's been through that, I mean, he went full silver fox after that situation. He had no gray hair before. And then he was fully gray when he came back. Like, that's how much of a toll it took on somebody.
Yeah.
You think he didn't learn a lot? You think
Yeah.
it didn't shape the way he views the world and society?
Yep.
I imagine we're going to see a lot of that stuff written in. I mean, you got people throwing cans at Superman's head. Superman is ultimate good.
Yeah.
Like in a fictional sense.
Yeah.
So
well, it's what he represents, right? That's why it says look up, right?
Yeah.
You know, I remember watching that documentary on the Beastie Boys a few years ago, and was it MCA who passed away? Was yeah, okay. He was probably the most outspoken, you know, thoughtful of the three members of the band, you know, just about political things. And I remember that documentary kind of addressed something that he took some heat from the fans later on, because, you know, if you listen to the Beastie Boys' first album, especially, there's a lot of, you know, misogyny and, you know, that things that we would call misogynistic for sure. And then, you know, and he was getting kind of politically active, and there's that fly again. Yeah. Oh, you think you got it?
yeah, I think I did.
Got politically active, and then he was someone. They tried to cancel him about some of the songs that he had written before or whatever, and he gave a great answer. He just said, "Well, I mean, are we saying that a human being isn't capable of growing?"
Yeah.
I was like 20 years old. Like, it's a great point. You know, our society lost a little grace, a little ability to extend grace in the last decade or so. But I think we can recover from that and get back to it. I hope so. I think we all understand. Like, we live in a world where everything is captured in video and audio these days.
Right.
It's kind of scary, right? I'm glad there were no cameras in everybody's pockets when I was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think MCA said, I'd rather be, people called him a hypocrite for like, because he had a song, and then they had a song in the 90s where he like in the verse, he said like, shout out all the moms and the women, and just like, you know, praising women.
To all the girls, the same of the song.
Yeah. And then they were like, don't you think that's pretty hypocritical? Like, don't you remember the song Girls that you wrote? And he was like, well, I'd rather be a hypocrite than like be what I was.
Yeah, right. You know, so
girls in the kitchen,
girls
to do the laundry, to like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, gosh, yeah. So he, you know, it was all fun and games, I guess, but he grew and he changed, and I think we should have the patience with one another to allow for that.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I mean, it's a shame to go digging into somebody's past to find something somebody said when they were young, or ignorant or immature or whatever, and just say, well, that one mistake you made defines you. Like, you shouldn't be defined by the one mistake you make. But we're getting off topic a little bit, but you know, that's kind of what our podcast is a little bit like. We talk about this kind of stuff, you and me. So, you know, shows up.
I did somebody, excuse me, New Rockstars YouTube channel. They're like the biggest Easter egg breakdown channel.
Oh, cool.
And they have a like live podcast show type thing that they do. So they did one when they were yesterday after the trailer came out. I had a few of the hosts on there, and I had it playing. I've been prepping for the live sale this coming Saturday, so I had it on in the background. And one thing that one of the guys said that I think is interesting to note, like, there are reports, you know, this is all speculation. We don't actually know. We're not James Gunn. We're not friends with James Gunn. So this is all purely speculative, but that he's like really nervous, right? This is because this movie, if this movie fails, you know, he might be at the top of DC, but he's not at the top of Warner Brothers. And so if this movie fails, Warner Brothers could just can everything that he's doing and has planned. And really with the success of like Pattinson Batman, they could just be like, okay, what are you guys going to do? And they could like turn to Matt Reeves for that. So, you know, that's kind of my speculation. But anyways, there's rumors that he's a bit worried. And what one of these guys from New Rockstars said, like to kind of add on to those rumors, like kind of give it a little bit of more weight, is James Gunn, as far as superhero movies go, has only done these like ragtag group tag team movies. So Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad. He's done Peacemaker, the show, but one that's not hitting the silver screen. It's to be streamed on HBO Max TV show. It's a little bit different, but also apparently in the Peacemaker, it kind of became like a ragtag group of like these heroes. So it's like Peacemaker, Valiant, and like some others that it just kind of became this. So he's really, really good at these. Just who is who are the Guardians of the Galaxy? Who is the Suicide Squad? Like,
but now he's got Superman.
Yeah, and he's made these guys in these groups insanely popular. But now you have Superman, and it's a way different than telling a goofy Guardians of the Galaxy story.
Yeah, well,
so that's where when news dropped that he's potentially like really nervous about this thing, somebody's like, well, yeah, this is kind of his first time doing. I mean, you're spearheading the biggest superhero property ever.
I think my
I would
advice,
be nervous.
He's got for sure. My advice to him would be lock yourself in a room, throw on the John Williams 1977 soundtrack, listen to it, and then go do your creative work. Get in that mindset. If you give us a movie that makes us feel the way that song feels, it's gonna win. Like I really believe it. Not everybody, because you know that's true for that's kind of goes without saying. But I just feel like it has massive blockbuster potential.
Yeah.
The soundtrack that we heard really makes me optimistic.
Yeah. I countered you a little bit on that point.
Yeah.
But not even because I don't want it to make $1 billion, or because because I think it's not capable of making $1 billion. I think it absolutely is capable of making $1 billion. Yeah. But for 3 weeks in a row in that month of July, you have the new Jurassic Park movie, you have Superman, and you have Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Which is 3 insane properties.
Yeah. Why are they on this at the same time? That's crazy.
I know.
Just like you were saying in the text, spread the wealth.
Yeah.
Like get together, get in a room and say, look, we're going to break it down into 2-week slots. Who wants this 2-week slot? Who wants this 2-week slot? Who's taking the next one? Like, we're not doing it in the same week.
Yeah.
Because it's only a limited amount of time people have.
Right. Time and money. And thankfully in our town, tickets are pretty cheap. But like if you're in like LA, you're like $20 to go see a movie.
Look, anybody with kids, especially boys, not to like be a sexist, but you know, Superman's going to be the one to see.
Yeah.
I think they should make it a family.
Well, dinosaurs though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think it makes Superman fun for the family. I'm not saying make it a Disney movie. I'm just saying make it a raucous adventure that you want to, that your kids are pulling on your arm sleeve to say, I want to see it again, Dad.
Yeah.
If you can do that, man, I want to feel like a kid again. That's what I want this movie to make me feel. And I think it could. Yeah. And make Superman fans of us all. But we'll see. Like I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, man. I'm really excited. About the tone of it. I think that's the main thing, the tone of it. Superman is just a hero. And I like it that it begins, well, aside from getting beat up, which is a question that needs to be answered, but with crypto. Because it is kind of corny, like
Yeah.
a super dog, like that was corny in the comic books.
Yeah.
Like a dog with a cape, like what is this, right?
Yeah.
It's so corny, but I'm ready for a little cornball. I'm okay with it. Like, and I like that it seems like they just owned it. Like that's the first scene they show you is Crypto coming and dragging him back to his Fortress of Solitude or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Like I'm down for that.
I was messaging with Rohan yesterday after the trailer.
Okay.
And he Rohan of Absolute Game of Nerds, and he was like, I think this is a hot take from him. But he was like, I just hope crypto's not in it a ton. Like, he's like, I really don't want to see that.
Yeah, we don't want to see crypto, like the plot hinging on crypto. Like,
sure, in that sense, no. But
we don't want to let Benji, you know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the movie a good amount. But if the plot's on him, that's a totally different thing.
We're waiting for crypto to plug the thing like that scene at the end of Back to the Future. Crypto's got to plug the cord in so that Marty can get back to the future. Something silly like that. We don't want that, but will it have an impact on first appearance of crypto? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Like crypto. You know what I mean? That to me, I don't think so. But,
I think it did,
but it probably will.
I saw somebody they photoshopped, instead of like a dog, it was a cat, like a super cat, and it was like Superman laying there, and he was going pss, 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 pss. And if you have a cat or you know cats, you can't make them do anything. And so it was like it was a cat, and then it was Superman laying there on the floor, and it just said pss, pss, and then the next one was Superman's skeleton.
That's fantastic. That's really, the internet is undefeated. That's really funny.
Because you can't. Even last night, we were sitting down watching a show, and my cat was just sitting on like the couch arm. I was calling him over, and this dude doesn't turn his head, nothing. He just
sure.
and he's just sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, sure. Psst, psst, psst. Nothing.
He's just choosing to ignore.
I couldn't pay him to turn his head. Yeah, it's funny how cats do that, man. It's bizarre.
Yeah,
they live in their own world. Like they're truly the kings and queens of their existence.
I have grown to truly appreciate cats because of your 3 cats that you and Dara have turned me into a cat lover. I was out doing a little Christmas shopping today, and I was in the vicinity of PetSmart, so I went in because they had some cat adoption things going down. So it was dangerous. I walked in, and there was a lady sitting there looking at cats, and I walked up. I said, I shouldn't be here. This is a bad idea, But
they're also cute.
They all and they're different ages: 4 years old, 3 years old, 12 weeks old, like the whole bunch. I mean, it's got to be. I imagine it's a horrible place for a cat to be, sitting there with people walking up to the window staring at them. Like a cat doesn't want to. So they can just turn away and just ignore you just as well. But anyway, I didn't leave with a cat, but I wanted to.
Yeah,
I did.
Man, when you see him in there, like all sad, any type of animal, really.
Yeah.
But I walk in there because there's a couple stores next to that PetSmart, and so when I'm in that area, like I'll just walk in and I look and I'm like, why do I do this to myself every time? Like I want to save them all.
Yeah. See, everything you've said about cats. It helps you understand the character of Selena Kyle better.
Yeah.
She's irritating because in all the Batman storylines, you just can never count on her. Like you think that you can, but you can't.
Yeah.
Right up to like walking out of her own wedding.
Yeah.
But what's cool about that story, spoiler alert if you haven't read it, but Selena and
Bruce.
I'm like, I know it's Bruce. Why am I thinking but I'm like, Bruce Banner? What's happening to me? But Selena and Bruce both bail.
Yeah.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
But she is supposed to kind of embody a cat.
Yeah.
A cat. And so she kind of is. Like she didn't really belong to anybody.
Yeah.
Even if you think so.
So, trailer, final thoughts. You're excited?
I'm excited.
It made you more excited?
Maybe more. Maybe very, very excited to see the movie. Yeah.
So, me, didn't make me more excited.
Okay.
I would say it put me in a position where I felt like I had to like defend my feelings for the movie in spite of the trailer, which I guess is something you shouldn't do, but I'm
Okay.
I'm protecting my feelings for the movie because I don't want it to be bad. I don't want to hate it. I want to enjoy it. I want to like it. I want to walk out of that movie and just be like, that was incredible. So
Well,
I'm protecting those feelings.
You and I are going to watch the 77 Superman and together, despite how old it is, you're still going to like it.
Yeah. Hope so. Let us know your thoughts and comments on that. So
Definitely.
Are you excited? Are you not excited? Yeah, let us know.
Yep.
All right. Next and final part is our past goals.
Yeah.
Did we meet them? Did we reach them? And we'll set some new goals.
Okay.
So I went back. Sorry, I got to open up my notes app. All right. Let's start with you, Bob.
Yeah.
All right. So you first one on the list that you put here is you said one of FF 2 through 4 in 12. You specifically prioritized FF3 because you said that when the trailer comes, out of all the FF keys, you think that one would boom the most because of its retro sci-fi. So, and you said you like 12's not going to boost because of the movie.
No.
Submariner, you were like, that's not going to boost because of the movie because he was already in Black Panther 2. FF2, the scrolls we already had in Secret Invasion, so you were like, yeah, that's not going to bump. The one that has the most impact is 3, so you put that on your list, and you said that you were going to be looking for a 3 to 3.5 condition, and
there it is. Right,
I accomplished that goal,
and you accomplished my goal. Thank you. How does it? Tell me how it feels.
You know what? I really don't think I'm going to end up getting rid of this. Like, unless the trailer comes out and this movie and this book just like booms like crazy. But I think I'm going to keep this.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah.
I have not attained that goal yet, but I have not abandoned that goal either.
Yeah. You've been really, I'll say this on your behalf. You have been really picky about your FF12.
I have.
You've let a lot of opportunities pass because you're just like, this isn't the one. So to our listeners, if you're like, man, he's all talk, he's not buying his FF keys, he's not a true FF fan, I promise you, his pickiness is frustrating to me because I'm like, dude, this book is fine.
Pull the trigger already. Yeah.
Get your bread up.
And the reason is because it wasn't FF3. That's a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I have seen a couple, and one of the more recent ones, FF12, where the most damage was to the back, and that was the one that I was like, ooh, you know.
Yeah.
And it was everything else kind of hit all the spots. But when it came right down to it, I'm really FF3, FF12, very close in price. It's going to be one or the other. I can't afford to get both.
Yeah.
And I really want 3.
Yeah.
That's really in the end what it's come down to.
Yeah.
I really want 3.
You want to hold it?
Yeah, can I? It's like that scene in The Lord of the Rings when they Frodo and the gang wind up in Rivendell, and Bilbo's giving Frodo the mithril armor, and he gets a look at the ring around Frodo's neck, and he goes, you know, like that. That's this book for me right here. Every time I'm over here, I look at it. But no, it's just it's exactly the grade I'm looking for, right? But you getting it and getting a good deal on it is inspiring to me because, you know, that could happen for me as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I didn't buy that to keep, but I ended up.
No, it's just so good. Like the soap dish Fantastic Car, you can't beat it. I just love it. It's so much cooler in my hand than on a computer screen.
Yeah.
It's just larger than life. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. It's still on my list, so I haven't gotten it yet. But I have been flirting with a few different FFs. But I think I've narrowed it down. It's FF3 that I want. It's not 12, 2, 4. It is 1. It's always 1.
Yeah.
But FF3 is the one that I'm really hard focused on between now and when that trailer comes out, because I really do think that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah.
And when do you know when the trailer might come out?
They finished filming a couple weeks ago because we talked about the wrap. So, I mean, I think just Super Bowl time, like, because you think that movie comes out in July. Deadpool and Wolverine came out in July. They launched the trailer Super Bowl, so I think you have, which is not that far away.
No, but I've been very disciplined. I haven't bought any big books lately.
Yeah,
I picked up some small things here and there, but I haven't had a big score because I'm staying focused. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't gotten that one yet.
so you haven't got that one. But this is the fun thing about the hobby. Is like we're sitting here, we're a little bummed because you didn't hit one of your goals. You could go home. We could turn the camera off, and you could see one posted, and you could have it like by the time, or have it bought by the time the recording's done.
It's true.
Like that's the crazy thing about
I'm always
this
looking.
hobby. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I have avoided claim sales lately. That's probably where I'll find a good deal on it as well.
Yeah, it's not a common book. I would say you don't see that book all the time. No.
And
I see FF1s more than I see FF3s.
Yeah,
Think about that.
Oh man, but anyway, it's meant to happen. It's meant to be.
Yeah. So wait, you have till January or February?
Yeah, like first week in February, I think is Super Bowl.
Yeah,
something like
about
that.
a month and a half. I hope you get it.
I do too.
I do. So
I believe I will. I do.
So we'll see. All right. So that was a failure.
Yeah, it was a fail.
You missed.
It's a not yet.
One of the first two Golden Age Catwoman covers.
Oh man, yeah, fail. I don't have those either. I did buy the poster.
You did buy the poster.
So Detective 122 is the first Catwoman cover, and actually, I did get it. Batman 46 or 47. I think it's 46. I did buy that book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I bought a coverless, which is ironic.
So I'm gonna count that as a no.
Yeah, I said no,
because it says Catwoman covers.
Yeah, because I didn't get the cover. I mean, it's kind of funny that I bought it, but I got it for like less than like $50.
Wow.
So I was like, well, let me get that.
Yeah, sure.
And then maybe I can pick up a facsimile cover and slap it on, and just like it's something. But even the splash page is cool.
Yeah.
Big cat like in the city and the whole thing. But I know I haven't gotten either one of those yet. Those are very expensive. Even in the lowest grade, Tech 122 is more than $1,000. Like it's a couple $1,000 for me to get that book entry level.
Yeah.
The Batman is a little cheaper, but not much. That's it's a cool cover where she's Batman and Robin are kind of like peeling back or like the corners peeling back of the comic book,
Yeah.
the lower comic. She's like popping out. It's such a great both. I want both.
Yeah.
But those are more remote because they're so much more expensive. I mean, FF3 is kind of in the same category, but you see a lot more FF3s even than you see either one of those.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen one of those in a claim sale.
Yeah.
I've just not seen it. I know that it's probably been there, but I have not seen one.
Yeah.
So that would be a fail. But at least I do have. I think it's Batman 46. I do have that in my possession now.
Yeah. Just not the cover of it.
No. I might. You guys check me on the issue number. I'm not sure if I'm right about that, because I got a few Golden Age Batmans this year, and one of them is the one that we're talking about when it's coverless. The other one is the first time that Catwoman appears in the costume, like with the black and purple flowing dress costume.
Yeah.
That one I picked up in a claim sale for like $200-$300, something like that.
Well, in that episode, you bought, I don't know if this is the same one, but you had already had one where she had blonde hair. I don't know if that's the same book you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you had that one out in the same episode. Yeah. Because you sent me pictures of the interiors of that one, and I put them on screen.
But that one, either that also could be acquired just like that.
Yeah.
You know, the question is, what would I choose if I had a choice, FF3 or Tech 122?
I'd go FF3, just because those techs, they'll stay relatively the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Price.
Yeah, that's true.
In the short term, at least. And then if the trailer comes out and you didn't get it, then I'd pivot to the tech books.
Okay.
All right, and the last one we have here is Bifrost covers.
Yes,
You did it.
I did it. The Bifrost covers, and I brought to show my Bifrost covers. I acquired just about every Bifrost cover there is. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I will show you this one here. This is the first Bifrost cover, and this is Thor, or really Journey into Mystery issue 88.
Nice.
the first time the Bifrost's ever been on a cover. Notice what's cool about it is that in the initial ones, they're pastel. The colors are pastel for the cover. This has a little bit of color touch up here, which is why I was able to get it for like $100 or pretty cheap. But other than that, it's really nice, man.
Yeah.
It's just a nice looking copy. So I used to have a near mint copy of this book, and I sold it a long, long time ago. So I was thinking I'd never get it again, but a good, when you decide you focus on something, sometimes it presents itself. So I got that, and I got the first, second, third, and fourth appearances of the Bifrost on a cover. This is the second Bifrost cover, and it's Journey into Mystery issue 103 in a 4.0. The reason I could only get in a 4.0 because it's also the first appearance of Enchantress.
Yeah. I got that book too.
Yeah,
I
you do.
Crazy good deal.
Yeah, you did. Better deal than me. But again, the pastel cover, that's second Bifrost cover. And then the third Bifrost cover, I'm only going to show you 4. The third Bifrost cover is Journey into Mystery issue 111. And I got this one in 8.5.
Oh, that's
Look at
nice.
that sharp one. Check that one out, guys. You see the Bifrost cover just kind of trailing off into space behind there. That's a cool one. Really excited about that. 8.5 on a claim sale. No, actually it was eBay. I got it on eBay. So pick that one up. And then the last one I'll show you is the fourth. I believe it's the fourth Bifrost cover. I haven't verified that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And you got this one before I did. And it is the last in the Tales to Astonish run, issue 101.
Yeah, I got that in a 9.0.
You got yours in a 9.0. Mine, this is raw, obviously, and it's a VF, so it's probably like an 8.5, I would guess, somewhere like that. On a good day, maybe a 9.0. On a bad day, an 8.5. I don't think it's less than an 8.5, but I've been wrong. But check that one out. That's a nice cover too. So I got those would be the 4 most expensive ones to get. The Journey in Mystery 88 is the second appearance of Loki too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
sweet crap.
Yeah, it's a big book. And Loki on and it's the first appearance of Odin.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like cover appearance or full appearance?
First full appearance.
Really?
Yeah, look that up.
Wow.
I don't want. I better make sure because
here, let me check.
Yeah, check it out. See what it says.
Journey into Mystery.
Journey Mystery 88. See what it says. But I picked those 4, and then I went on eBay and I just went on a shopping spree.
Yeah, first full appearance of Odin, second appearance of Loki, second appearance of Baldur the Brave.
It's a pretty big book, man.
Yeah.
And it should be saying first Bifrost cover, but that's just me. But and then I went on eBay and bought about 20 Bifrost covers. And they range from anything from the 70s all the way up through up into the present day.
Yeah.
And there aren't as many as you would think, but they're all cheap.
Yeah.
Very few of them are keys.
Only like Silver Surfer 4.
Silver Surfer 4, and I already had that one.
Yeah.
That's probably the most expensive one behind Journey Mystery 88.
Yeah.
If not as expensive as that one. But they're I should have brought that one too. Actually, I forgot about that one. That's like the most known one. Duh.
Well, you've had that one for a while.
Yeah,
that's probably why
it wasn't part of the acquisition, but yeah, I definitely accomplished that one, and I did it relatively cheaply. Like this one here was I think about 125. It was crazy good deal.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because a lot of people.
It's funny, I can actually see the.
Yeah, you can see it up there. I think it could easily be scraped off too, just with a little, like a really fine sandpaper.
Yeah, it's not much.
No. And then I might just slab it because I don't want to. I don't know. It's just a tough call. Like I don't want to wreck it, make it look worse, just to slab it. But I don't really want to get a green slab either.
Yeah, or purple.
Or purple slab, excuse me.
Yeah, the raw is fine, honestly.
Yeah, I'm kind of warming up more back to raws these days.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna grade it.
Mostly just because of how long the turnaround.
Forget
time
it.
is.
I'm not gonna wait 8 months.
Yeah.
So that was a win for me. I got.
Nice.
I pretty much. I'm not gonna try to get every single one because But if I see one that I don't have, I pick it up. But I've got the bulk of them now.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Why don't you read to me my now you can put me in the hot seat.
Yeah, let's see. All right, so yours, you have a handful here. The first one is Batman 251.
No.
Okay.
Did not get that. There's been really good deals that pop up on IG.
Yeah.
and I miss it every time because I don't have notifications on.
And which one is 251 again?
The Joker.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, I'm actually wearing the shirt right now.
oh
actually.
yeah, but that book is popping up on hot lists right now. It's the prices have gone up.
So I'm keeping an eye out. I'm looking for 7.5 to 8.0 white pages.
Would that be inventory or would that be PC?
PC, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be right.
That's a PC book for sure. So, yeah, unfortunately I didn't get it. There's been a couple really, really nice ones that have popped up on IG that if I had the notifications on and I like saw it first, I wouldn't even message an offer. I would have claimed them. Because they've been right in that wheelhouse, 7.5 to 8.0. That's about what I'm looking for. White pages. There's been some like really affordable 7.5, 7, 8.0 off white to white, but
You're holding out?
I'm holding out for a white pager. So
I never pursued that book, mostly because I've got a poster of that Neil Adams signed for me at WonderCon years ago when he was sitting at a table.
Yeah.
But now I want the book, but it's expensive. Okay, so that's still on your list.
Yeah, still on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this one, Fantastic Four Keys, you said. You want to get Fantastic Four Keys ahead of the movie, and we've already addressed the big one right there.
I have them all. So I accomplished that one.
Yes, you sure did.
That was purely, I would not have, but to be fair though, I would not have accomplished that if I didn't acquire this massive collection and then strive towards becoming a dealer.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from early stuff, like
one.
Right. But everything 20 and higher, any key after issue 20, including 20, I have.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. Like I've spent my whole collecting career trying to acquire these, and you got it in a weekend. I mean, literally, you got it in a weekend and issue 3.
Yeah. So,
but that was a lot of fun for me to watch you do it, though.
Yeah. So,
and then hopefully this Saturday, tomorrow, you'll sell a bunch of them.
Not any of the FFs. I'm holding
you're
that.
Holding. That's right.
So this coming Saturday is going to be a lot of Spider-Man. So I hope that Ollie is okay with that. I feel like I might get like a little, hey, diversify it next time. But the truth is, like when I was organizing books for this upcoming claim sale, I'm like, okay, I have a lot of incredible keys, right? Like, I got all these like Silver Age runs. What I didn't want to do was pull all the major keys from the runs,
right,
and then sell those, and then just be left with like run filler Silver Age.
Right.
So what I decided was, okay, you know what? For the next few claim sales, if Elite has me back after this, or if I do my own, whatever, I'm just gonna like sell them by runs. So Spider-Man is like the biggest run that I had. It takes up 2 3/4 short boxes. So I was like, this is enough for like a claim sale. So I have all of those. I'm going to be like, I'll have the Avengers 1. I'll have the X-Men. So I'll have other keys too. But like I'm not going to do, I just didn't want to pull all the keys and leave myself with nothing for future.
Are you going to put that LB Cole up?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's a great book.
Yeah. So it'll be mostly Spider-Man. With some other stuff sprinkled in, but in the future claim sales, because the ASM and the FF were the 2 biggest runs from that collection. So aside from like those 2 claim sales, everything else will be a little bit like more combined and mixed.
Okay.
Because like I have DC stuff, but I don't like that collection did not have a lot of like Batman and tech runs. So I'll mix that Batman with like another run, and then I'll have kind of that. So
what about that one right there?
I'm gonna hold that one for a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like that book has room to go.
Okay. All right.
But
I'll be watching.
Yeah, these Spider-Mans, those will all be there. That Avengers, that X-Men, those will be there. And yeah.
Okay.
So
all right. So you've already checked off the FF keys.
And I did over the fall. I mean, this one's on the wall. I do have one in my personal collection, but FF52 was always a book that I've been
from way back
when. I did get myself one. It was a 6.0. I got it from Nickel and Dime, and then I did end up getting that one in that collection that I bought. Yeah. So I got 2 copies, one to keep, one to sell.
I remember when you bought the facsimile, it's like, I finally got my FF52. Little did you know.
Yeah. So I'd say that was a big hunt. that I've always had in the FF run. So
Well, it was a good year to buy it because the prices are too cheap for that book right now.
And it from when I bought the 6.0, I mean, this has to be like the only time this has ever happened in my life, but I bought it at the bottom. And as soon as I bought it, it bounced back up.
Yeah.
So, and that book is hot again because Black Panther 3 was accidentally teased. We talked about a few weeks ago.
Let's go.
By Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
he said that Ryan Coogler was writing a role for him. Apparently he got a little spanking on the hand, a little wrist slap. And he apologized to Ryan Coogler because he didn't realize that it wasn't announced yet. So he apologized to Ryan Coogler, apologized to Marvel. And then Marvel was like, yes, Black Panther 3 is in the works. Like, and that's it.
Sweet.
So that book got a little bit of a bump the last week.
Let's go.
So, yeah.
All right. Next up on your list here is Thor 359.
Tech.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tech 359. That's first Batgirl.
I'm like, Thor 359, that was no problem. Like,
First Batgirl.
Tech 359, excuse me.
No, I did not get that one.
Okay, and that's the first Batgirl.
First Batgirl, yeah.
First in the 60s version, right? That purple cover.
We had this conversation in this podcast. You're thinking of Batwoman, which is the orange, and it's a different character.
Yeah, this is the...
So Batwoman
this
is in
the
the
one
Golden
she's
Age.
running kind of like that.
Yeah.
Down the middle of the comic book.
So
right?
yeah, you were like the first Silver Age appearance, and I was like, no, this is the first Batgirl. And you're like, no, there was another one, and I was like, no, that's Batwoman. And you were like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm positive. And you were like, I don't know. And I was like,
chick? Is that where's she?
seriously.
Oh, canceled. No. All right.
So yeah, no, I didn't. Get
All right. Well,
Batgirl.
that's a good one to shoot for.
I was hoping it was going to be in that collection, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because there was some tech.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's a beautiful book. All right. Yeah, Batman. You have Golden Age Batman or Superman?
Nope.
Okay.
I wish.
Don't we all? You know,
Yeah.
and any chance of getting Golden Age Superman just kind of flew out the window, feels like.
Yeah, and to be honest, I haven't really been in claim sales because all my money has gone towards inventory.
Yeah.
So I really haven't bought much of anything PC related.
Okay. All right. And then it says here, kicked FF5 off the list because of our DJ announcement.
So if you guys remember, I kicked FF5 off the list.
And then
You had asked me, you were like, so are you still trying? And I said, nope, I've given up on that book completely. And what do you know?
Hey,
There it is.
Here, go ahead and put it on there.
You know what? I got to say, here, we'll put the,
Yeah.
I got to say, it hit me the other day that I own this book. I was in Target Christmas shopping, and I literally was walking down an aisle, and I stopped, and I was like, I own FF5. What in the world?
That's so good, dude. That's so good.
It was the first time that it really hit me.
So you got put it next to FF3. Now you gotta get FF4. Doesn't that just bug you a little bit? FF3,
Not in the
FF5.
slightest bit. No, not.
But FF4 is a great cover with that blue ocean.
Yeah.
If it's a clean cover.
The
No, that's
Subby,
amazing,
right?
man. It's amazing. Yeah, Subby.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Yeah, that is your book. You have that is the first time Dr. Doom has ever seen by anybody outside of the Marvel bullpen.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Atlas Comics put up a 2.5 that somebody was looking to trade for a 2.0 in cash. I inquired about it, but I decided, not really worth it. I would trade to go up to a 3.0 because there are significant differences between a 2.0 and a 3.0.
Yeah.
But between a 2.0 and a 2.5, it's like
Not worth the trouble.
maybe
How much more money you think
it was 800 on top, which is it's not too bad.
Yeah, but all the trouble and $800, you're not really
Yeah.
I get it.
I texted or I sent that post to Rohan.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, put that 800 towards first Wanda. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And that's when I was like, yeah, 2025, what? My spine split goes to here, and the 2 other spine split goes to here. All right,
Exactly. Yeah.
So not worth it.
Okay, so
But a 3.0, a 3.0, the book can be fully attached, staples attached, no spine split. You could have a really nice 3.0 that's just
yeah. My HOS 92 is a 3.0.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's nice.
which is a big jump from a spine split.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would still like to get a white page. There's a guy on Facebook Marketplace, very reasonably priced, I will say. I think it's a 4.0 or 4.5. I think he's down in like the San Diego area. He's selling at 10K 4.0, 4.5 white pages.
Oh,
yeah, fairly priced too. Ooh. But
well, this is probably a really good segue into what our goals are for this next season, because you mentioned the first Wanda. You mentioned it, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I know that's been a book that's been on your radar for a while. Is that one of your goals?
Yeah, so here, let me write down the new goals.
You're making us write it down. You're making us accountable? Oh, man. Okay.
Winter, spring. So, for me, I think X-Men 4 has jumped to the top of my list.
Yeah, that's... That book, as big of a Wanda Maximoff fan, Scarlet Witch fan as you are, I can't imagine. Did we just lose?
We just lost. Yeah, it overheated. It's okay. We'll give it like 5 minutes and turn it back on.
Okay. So we're going to get a little graphic while we're talking here. Listeners are wondering, we just ran out of...
our camera
died or something. Yeah. But it's going to charge.
We'll give it a few minutes.
Okay, so you got X-Men 4.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Or is that it?
Honestly, I think that might be it, because a lot of my money is just going to be going in and out of like inventory stuff. I mean, I would still say, Batman 251 and Tech 359. Like, I'll be ready to pull the trigger, like if it's right. But it's like, if I saw Batman 251 and X-Men 4, like if it both, miraculously popped up at the same time, like I would pull the trigger on the X-Men 4 first. So I think when it comes to the Tech 359 and the Batman 251, it would really have to be like a good deal and the right book for me to remove funds from like wanting to pull the trigger on X-Men 4. So
yeah, that's I as much as you like Wanda, I that just needs to be in your collection.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I mean, I got this new one. I don't know if he's this new Funko.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was noticing. It's like a
8-bit.
8-bit, like a what's that game?
Minecraft.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I got a little bit of Minecraft.
That's really cool. I love it.
I got a Target yesterday.
I got a Scarlet Witch. Did I tell you that? I think I did. I got a Scarlet Witch and an Agatha Harkness. They're both up in the air. Like they're two separate ones, but they're
cool.
Yeah, I'll show you. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So X-Men 4 is definitely at the top of my list. And then probably 251 is in second, and then Tech 359 is in third.
Okay.
So those are my top three.
Okay, here's mine. Obviously FF3 is number one. And then I've got a tie for number two with these are holdovers from my last one, and that is Tech 122, first Batwoman cover. And then I looked it up. It's Batman 42. That's the
Batman
one.
42.
Batman 42, only this time with a cover on it. and we'll see if the camera's going to go back on. Here we go. So those two are on my list, and then I'm going to add to that just a third. That's kind of a reflection of something I've been digging around on lately, and that is I've been picking up a lot of Jenny Frison covers. It's kind of fun because I've been hunting through dollar bins, and you can find a lot of her early stuff there. By early, I mean like 2010, 2011.
Indie stuff.
Yeah, a lot of indie stuff. I just picked up all of all the issues of Clean Room, which she did every cover for that. I'm about finished with the whole Revival run, and she did all the covers for that, and a few other interesting ones. I kind of want her first cover appearance, which is one of the Voltron books, not the first, thankfully, first Voltron in comics, but it's a different Voltron run, and it's her. There's that one, and then there's. That's her first published work, but then her first commission work is something else. But both of them are expensive, and the truth is, I don't think that will always be true. Like I can, if it's not that expensive for me to get the first Frank Miller artwork.
Yeah,
So right now the Voltron one is like $600, $700. I'm not paying that much for it. I'll
raw
wait.
or
Raw.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. So I'm not gonna put. That's not on my list. But what's on my list is continued acquisitions of good and hard to find Jenny Frisson covers, whatever that happens to mean. So,
Nice.
We'll see how that goes. I would not mind an X-Men 4 myself, but it's not. I'm not going to add that to my list.
Yeah. All right. So for me, my number 1 book, X-Men 4. My number 2 book, Batman 251. My number 3 book, Tech 359. For you, your number 1, FF3. Tied for second, Tech 122 and Batman 42. And in third, hard to find Frisson covers.
Yes.
All right. We'll catch up. What are we? December, January, February, March, April. It's hard because when does your semester end?
Forever. My semester.
May.
Yeah, it's way in May, and then I'm going.
That's 5 months.
Yeah,
from
no,
now,
we can't go that long. We'll do
maybe
like
spring break.
Yeah, spring break. We'll go to spring break, which is in March.
Okay.
So we'll do the spring break episode, whenever that is. We'll record it from Fort Lauderdale.
Is it end of March or?
I don't know. I have to check.
Okay.
It could be. It usually falls. It depends on where Easter is. That's kind of how.
Oh right. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully it's late March then, because early March that feels like it's too soon.
Yeah.
But late March, early April, somewhere in there.
Yeah. We'll just pick a date.
And I'm assuming the FF trailer will for sure be out by then.
I am going to WonderCon, by the way. I'm going to buy my ticket this week.
Oh, really?
Yep, because my friend Jeff is flying out with his wife.
Oh, cool.
From Florida, and he's going to go. So we're already committed. We're going to go. We're going to be at the hotel there. So
okay.
If you just come for one day, you want to crash in our place.
Well, you know what? My things are. It's a little bit different because I think a year ago when I said I'm not going to go, it was like pricing and everything and like looking for books that I want. But I think now I would put in more grunt work to find good deals for inventory purposes, which can be done. But it's like when you're going and buying stuff for you, it's like you're kind of looking at the walls.
Yeah.
And then you're like looking very specifically for like something. Whereas like if I go this time, it might be a lot more like, let me just find, or let me just look through boxes.
Yeah.
These dollar bin boxes and like find something like.
So
if I go in more like open-minded and like, hey, I can kind of like, I'm looking for my inventory specifically.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think I could have a different experience as opposed to like, all right, I'm looking for X-Men 4, and then I just see X-Men 4 is priced crazy, and I'm like, dude, this place sucks.
Yeah.
So I think I could have a different experience.
And you could write off everything.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, I mean, I have a cash flow, but a lot of that cash flow is out.
So dinners will be on you, and definitely. I'm getting a 3-day pass. I'm probably just going to stay 2 nights because I don't want to add a whole lot of extra expense. But 3 days, 2 nights. I've stayed longer before, but I think I'll be there for. I'll get a 3-day pass, stay a couple nights, and just see what happens. So yeah, you should.
Is Deb going too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Deb's gonna go. So me and Deb will get a room. Jeff and his wife are gonna get a room.
I'll talk to Dara.
Yeah, see if she wants to.
Do tickets go on sale this week or something?
They just went on sale, and it's early bird special through the rest of the month, like into early January. So. Yeah. And for all you guys too, if you guys go to WonderCon, let us know. We'll catch up with you out there. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones in Southern California because it's a nice happy medium between the San Diego extravaganza, which is fun, but it's a lot, and then LA Comic Con, which is it's okay, but I think it's a little bit. I like WonderCon better than LA Comic Con myself.
Yeah,
I just think it's bigger, and you just get a little bit more, but it's not quite. It's not. It's between. It's a nice between as far as the size.
Yeah, I think if we do go, it'd probably be like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, that's my thought is go on Friday, but just stay Friday night and Saturday night, and then just go back on Sunday because I don't have it in me to be there for 3 days walking the convention floor like that. It's not gonna happen. Also, so I'll go.
Or maybe I just go Friday, stay one night.
Yeah.
Into Saturday,
and just stay the one night, and then so like you can get like 2 days worth of convention out of it. And that's enough.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, be fun.
All right. Yeah. All right. We got our goals. We failed mostly. But I would say ultimately, because I got the FF5, I would say I won.
Yeah.
Even though
it was success.
as far as like if it was a quiz or whatever, and I got the most, I got more wrong than I did right. I failed in that sense, but do you really fail when you pick up FF5?
You got more wrong than you got right, but you got the essay one right.
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
the one with the most points.
Yeah, that I didn't even know was like, wait, there was an essay question on the back.
Yeah.
And it was like, I didn't know, but I somehow did
It's
it.
a bonus question worth a lot of points, and you got it.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have any goals for the next few months in your collecting. Let us know what you thought about the Superman trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on Instagram. I'm at Spros_comics. He's at Mr. Period Longbox. He'll have a new logo. Look out for it. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next year.
Yeah. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and whatever else you're
Happy New Year.
celebrating. Yeah. Take care.
See you guys.